Alrighty, good morning, guys. It's Dave Santarelli from Breaking Chart Alerts. So we got a nice pop in AMC Entertainment here. They just announced that there was a $230.5 million of new capital from Mudrick Capital here. So that's getting a nice little bounce. You'll probably see a nice squeeze on this again. Probably, I'm thinking she could get back up to that 35 to 37 resistance area from the previous day's candle. Market is almost open here, guys. Let's quickly go over some of the stocks that we have. AMC looks good. Take a look at Square here. Got a nice climb in the markets. Big holiday travel. That's all they were talking about. You guys know we talked about that last week. We said, you know what the news is going to be doing. They're going to be talking about all this travel. They said there was 38 million travelers on Memorial Day. And businesses are reopening. And as you guys saw, there was record number of revenue and sales coming in over this holiday compared to anything over the past year. You guys saw that, what was it, that horse, Kentucky Derby, whatever it was. There's like 160,000 people there. Everything's opening back up. We got nice gains here on the day, over $3,000 here on open. Airbnb is taking off. Let's go down the watch list here, or I'm sorry, our list here. We have the Airbnb June 18th 140 strike call. That's up nicely today. Those shares are up about 1.75%, $2.50. That 1020 cross is coming up, so I like that over the next few weeks here. I really think we're going to hit that 160 to that 170 target area. And if we do, we're going to have some really nice gains on Airbnb. Let's take a look at Carnival Cruise Line. We're up, what, 2,700 on that today as the stock climbs back above 30 bucks a share. Love that setup right there. And let's see, what else do we have? CCL, the July 16th, 2021 30 strike calls up about 600 today. Let's see, Disney. Let's see what Disney's doing here. DIS. That had a nice move. She just broke 180 a share again, up about 1.86%, $1.55. That's looking pretty good. Let's see, Express. EXPR. That one looks like it's getting another little pop here. Shares up about 1.6%, starting to climb again here. We'll watch that, see what that does. FedEx is up nicely. I think we're going to close out our FedEx trade today, guys. We got a nice gain on FedEx. We're up about 700 bucks on it. There she goes. I'll probably wait until she gets up to about 320. I think that's a realistic number that we could see today or possibly by tomorrow. Apple. Here's Apple, still starting to get a climb here, up about 0.5% on the day. Square, we made a trade on Square the other day here. That stock's up about 0.25% here, up about 50 cents, waiting for that to take off.
S&P futures getting a pop to the highs after the open, 42.30.
Dow's up about 302 points, Nasdaq's up 72, and we have the S&P up about 28 points here. Looking really good here, guys. As you guys can see over here on the right.
Spiking here, 36,945.
As you guys can see on the right over here, here is the most active stocks on the top. And at the bottom, we have the largest percent stock gainers on the day here. And if we want to change that here, we could change that to the top movers. Cloudera is having a really nice move here. If I link this with link one here, you guys could take a look. Cloudera got a nice climb up to 16 bucks a share, up about 24% here today. It had that 1020 cross too. If you guys are looking at that, had our signals to enter into this trade. We just, not one that was on our radar. So it's got some resistance around 19 bucks. She could possibly climb up to about 19 bucks, but that's a pretty steep move there. OEG up about 70% here today. What's that one there? Penny stock, under 10 bucks. Let's see what AMC's doing. Still hanging around, pulling back from the highs this morning on opening bell. I'm watching CCL still climbing there. Let's take a look at CCL. 3010, 3013, 3014. And you guys remember that vertical spread we have on CCL. So take a look at this. I'll bring it up now for you guys. Okay, let me show you guys that CCL spread that we've been talking about here. And you guys know we were down on that like 70% when we were at the lows there. So here's what we're doing on CCL right now. Let me pull this down. And obviously she's climbing big time in the background here. 30.30 a share it's just getting up to. But take a look. So here is, you see over here, quantity. Okay, we have the plus 75. I don't know what is going on with this mouse here today. I'd have to plug in the other one. So here's the 75 contracts plus minus 75. So we have the 2750 30 vertical spread. Max we can make is the difference between the two. So 2750 to 30, that's $2.50. Here's what we paid. 4.89 minus 3.54. I should put that instead of average price, the cost basis here. Let me redo that, because that's going to include the commission there, and we all have different commissions. So let's see, I'm going to get rid of average price paid and add see. Yeah, that's the one I wanted instead of cost basis. Okay, so let's see. That moved a little bit there. So let's refresh. First off, let me show you guys what we're doing here today so far. I'm on YouTube, so I don't want to show everything here. So profit and loss today, we're up $3,709.50. And that top one right here, that's the CCL spread. So I want to go over that with you guys, because a lot of people didn't quite understand spreads when we got into that trade, and they were wondering what was going on. So let's go over this. Max, the spread could be worth is the difference between the two strikes. So the difference between $27.50 and $30, 2.50. I don't know what is going on with this mouse here. I'm going to put in a new one. All right, so $2.50. What we paid here, 4 point. I don't know why it's shaking like that. So where is the calculator here? So 4.89 minus 3.54 is $1.35. So we paid $1.35. There goes CCL still climbing. We paid 1.35. And right now this trade is currently going for, here's the last traded price, right? So 3.2 minus 1.44. Now that might be a little off there because of the spread between them. 3.2 minus 1.44. Now it's worth $1.76. So the max it could be worth is $2.50. It's currently worth $1.76. We paid $1.35. So our current gain on this trade, 1.76, divide that by 1.35. We have about a 30.37% return on the CCL trade so far. You know, but as time continues, we have the June 18th Expo. So as time continues to decay here, we're going to see these this $1.76 here. That's going to continue to increase in value as there's less time until expiration. Okay, so I'm just waiting for that to break above about $31, and we should have some really nice profits on that trade. Guys, their Square trade's up really nicely now. Take a look at Square. We're up $600 on the day on Square. Actually, what I could do is I could show you guys this. So here is what we're doing so far. Here's our trades. This obviously is the Carnival Cruise Line spread. Let me see if I move this over here, if it's a little easier. So there's the CCL spread. Here's the CCL calls right here. That's for the July 16th, 2021 30 strike. We're up $825 on that today. The spread 32.6250 minus 21.3750. That's our gain for the day. Disney's up about 145 bucks for the day. Amazon just about worthless on that trade there, 239, 257. Express up about $62 for the day. Airbnb up 285. FedEx up 285. PayPal trades up 262.50, and the Square trades up $570 for the day, for a total of $3,553.50 as of now. So what we're looking for here, guys, first off, it's Tuesday. Let's see how the market adjusts. It's a new month. It's, you guys know, it is June 1st today. So let's take a look, see how the markets are. Dow's up about 163 points right now. NASDAQ's up about 71, and the S&P's up about 18 points. So a little pullback from the highs here, but we're looking pretty good. Take a look at PayPal and Square. I'm watching PayPal over here, Square up here, FedEx is right here, and Apple's right here. And then up above here, I have the Q's, Diamond, and SPY. So let's take a look at PayPal. That looks like that one's starting to run here. We might be able to do, there's a beautiful chart here. Today, 1 minute, nice breakout momentum, retracement back down to that 10-day simple moving average. That's acting as support. She just broke the highs from that 935 candle, and she's continuing to climb now. So that's classic breakout momentum. I could look for a continued climb in this today on PayPal, and we could possibly make a paycheck trade on this, trading it up to that 270 to possibly that 280 area for this week. You know, 270 should be a more realistic number there. I'd probably be targeting that. If I wanted to jump into a paycheck trade on this now, what I'd be looking for is something like this on PayPal. And this is probably something we might make this afternoon. You know, if you wanted to pick up the 260, 260, 250, you go to spreads here. Let's take a look. Buy to open, sell to open. This is going to be a vertical call spread here for the June 4th Expo. And if we look at that 260, 260, 250 for this week, it's going for about $1.45 to be worth 250. So if we do a quick calculation on that, 2.5, divide that by 1.45, that's a max gain of 72.41%. That's not too bad there, and that's the beauty of this spread. It could drop by a few cents here, and you're still going to have max gains. Or it could stay where it's at or continue that climb. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put PayPal on my notebook here, PYPL. We'll look at that 260, 262.50 spread for the June 4th Expo. It's early on in the day here, so we want the markets to have some time, but look at the gains we're having now. CCL is rocking higher, guys. We're up over $4,000 here today. Showing at 4,300. And this is really being fueled by CCL here. So you guys saw the trades that I just showed you. We're up $4,354 here today. Nice gain, and that's all basically from that CCL trade. And I told you guys that was going to be one that continued to climb here as the stock continues to open up. They're announcing that they're sailing again in middle of June, end of June. So once they do those test voyages here and the news is all over them, I really expect to see another short squeeze and another climb up to that next resistance area on Carnival Cruise Line. That next resistance line, if we take a look at the chart here, and if we go out a few more months, well, pre-pandemic here, you know, we could be looking at that 40. That 40 is going to be that next resistance. That's going to be our one here going forward. We're right at resistance now at about $30 a share. Once we could break that 31, we're to be targeting that 40. Okay, so I think that CCL July 16th 30 strike has an easy target of, that $40. So if we have that 30 strike and it gets to 40, that spread or that call actually is going to be worth about $10. We paid, let's see here, we paid $2.85 for that. So we paid $2.85. It's currently $2.41 by $2.46. So if that gets up to about $10, 10 divide that by 2.85. That's a pretty decent return there of over 300%. So just continuing to watch CCL here. We still have gains continuing to climb. We're up about 4,500 now on the day. $4,489 on the day here. And again, these are from these positions right here. I've been talking to you guys about for a while. We've been waiting for them to break out. We have the Carnival Cruise Line vertical spread. We have the Carnival Cruise Line calls. We have that Disney July 16th. Remember, that's July 16th. Plenty of time on that. We have the 190 calls on that. Amazon June 18th. We got quite a while ago. That one didn't go out as planned, you know. Express 25 contracts July 16th. They're just talking now about retail continuing to pick up here, looking good. Airbnb up $465 today on Airbnb. That one's looking incredible there. Our FedEx trade up $215 for the day. Our PayPal trade is up $525, and our Square trade's up $637. Got a nice climb here, guys. Nice profits. I'm watching some of these other charts. PayPal over here is nearing 263. Square's looking great. Let's take a look at PayPal and Square. CCL's looking fantastic there, breaking that 30 bucks. Got a doji on the candle right now. Let's take a look at Square. Square's still in breakout momentum. That 1020 cross didn't even come up yet, so that's looking pretty good. July 16th Expo. We have over a month and a half till Expo there. I like that setup on Square and PayPal. So there's Square. Let's see, our target's going to be about 240 on Square. So we have the 220 strike call for July 16th, right? We paid $15.45. So again, if we got let me pull this up for you. So the Square, if we paid $15.45 for this, right? 15.45. I got to get a new mouse at lunchtime today. $15.45 we paid for that July 16th. So our break even 220 plus 15, that's 235. If we target that 240, we're going to have a nice gain on that. And I think we're going to get there, relatively soon. We might even get there by the June monthly expo. And if we do, we're going to have even larger profits on that than we do now. Right now, we're up about 9% on that Square trade. Overall gain, $425.96. The FedEx trade, we're up about $450 on overall today. So some really nice profits. Just letting this continue to climb. We've been waiting for this breakout for quite some time here. We've been talking about this breakout after Memorial Day, saying about the record number of travelers, record number of consumer spending, and all that as it continues to rise here. We're going to see the markets continue to climb as optimism continues to take over Wall Street now. COVID fears are down, so I see nothing but optimism here going forward. Let's see here. CCL is still on the climb here, guys. We got some massive gains on CCL. 30.31, still climbing here. Carnival Cruise Line, I think that one's going to be seeing that larger pop. Remember what I told you, what that catalyst was on CCL. I think we're going to see an even further climb once they start setting sail and they start, what the news, the media is going to show. They're going to be showing the cruise lines setting sail with all these passengers on board, and that's just going to be, publicity for the stock here, and I think that's going to continue to climb. AMC $29.99, pulled back from the highs a bit, only up about 14.8% there, as you guys can see over here. So how I like to set this up, most active stocks on the top, largest percent gainers at the bottom. That way you could kind of see where's the volume coming in and then where is the largest percent gainers, because it doesn't mean always large volume equals large percentage moves. So, I like having most active. That's showing you where, usually the larger funds, the institutional funds, hedge funds are putting their money. If you see that volume, man, we're still early in the day, so we're seeing a lot of volume coming in a lot of these stocks. But that compared to largest percent stock gainers is two totally different things. So I like checking these out and seeing what's on the move there. Cloudera had a nice move, still at 16 bucks. Carnival Cruise Line still holding that 10, continuing that climb. Let's see the trade room there. Let's see. Kurt says, any thoughts on Kron? We made a Kron trade. A lot of the members were talking about the Nigerian brothers getting into this, so we decided to follow them. 8.55 now. We have this week's, I think, $9 strike call here. So this is a big mover, down about 5% right now. So we're probably going to wait till about Wednesday to see what that's at tomorrow. But, you know, this is something that's like kind of like, you know, a diversification type a sector here. You know, as the general market climbs, you know, the medical marijuana, the weed stocks, usually they pull back. And then the days the markets are down, you'll see the weed stocks and usually the AMC and the Wall Street Bets type of stock climbing. CCL's nearing the highs of the day once again. Let's see. Skyjack said Delta. Delta's on the move nicely. I think our target on Delta is going to be that $50. We have the August expiration on Delta, so if we get a quick climb up about $50, that's probably where I'm going to be taking profits on the trade challenge trade there. Let's see. James said thoughts on Sundial. Sundial's in a nice move here. That's a nice little climb. That had a big pullback, finally entering breakout momentum. If you were trading that, I'd be looking at about 150 as that resistance area. I think there's a good chance she could get up to that 150 just by looking at the next resistance area here, going back from about March, February, and then back earlier February as well, before it had that big climb there on February 10th and 11th. So $1.50 to $2 could be a target on that if you wanted to pick up some shares. Certainly wouldn't be trading any options on that. Kurt, if that one is 50% max stop loss on Kron. If it's at 50% by the end of the day, absolutely. Especially on options that expire less than a week out.
Reuters now, the headline, OPEC Plus agrees to stick to existing plans to ease oil output cuts in June and July.
OPEC continues its plan to ease outputs in June.
According to their source.
See what that's going to do to MRO there. Our CCL trade is really climbing here, guys. Nice climb on our CCL trades. We got about a $3,000 profit now on CCL. Let's take a look at CCL, see what that spread's going for that June 18th that we have, if we wanted to buy to close it. Buy to close, sell to close. What do we have there? We have 75 contracts. I'm not placing the trade yet. I just want to see what it's going for. It's much easier to do it like this. Buy to close the 30, sell to close the 27.50. It's going for about $1.76 now. We paid, what did we say? What did we pay for that, Ephraim? You remember $1.35, $1.33? $1.76, divide that by 1.35, I think it is. We got the same expiration as you guys got in the trade room there for this week. Apple's pulling back a little bit there, Tyler. 124.55. Let's see, what do we have on that? 1.73. Divide that by, oh, it's 175 now. 175, divide that by 1.35. Got about a 30% gain on that CCL trade now. Our max gain was what on that? $1.35 we paid for that CCL trade. There it is right there. Ephraim just posted that in the trade room. Here was our official trade on that CCL. You guys can see we made that way back on April 7th. You know, we got that CCL 27.50, 30 vertical spread there. As you guys could see, we paid $1.35 for it. That pulled all the way back. We were literally down about, what, 60, 70% on that CCL trade. And she's continuing to climb. Max net gain 85%. We're up about 30% on that right now. And that was a nice setup we got. We got that as soon as it started breaking out, 30.38. So we're back at those highs right now from going all the way back to April 7th. So the catalyst on this is going to be a continued climb as they continue to open up the cruise lines here going into the end of this month. So that was a nice trade we made there. CCL 30.31, still at about $1.75. Marathon oil in the background. I'm watching some of these other charts here. Don't be a ticker, guys. Don't be watching each tick by tick. Cloudera still right around 23.91%. It was at about 16 when we looked at that before. What I like looking on those market movers and largest percent gainers here is a continued climb. Like if this one starts climbing up in the ranks here and starts getting closer and closer to the high, obviously that's a sign of momentum, and I'll look to make a quick day trade on something like that. Square 223.32. Even PayPal pulled back a little bit from the highs. Dow's up 142. Nasdaq's up 33.5. S&P's up about 13 points. So we're off the highs from today, but still looking pretty good. Kurt, what trades are you in? Little pullback from the highs before we were up about 4,500, up about $3,008.50 on the day here. And that's all being fueled basically by CCL. There's the CCL spread, CCL calls. And then here is the Disney calls. Let's see what Disney's doing. That's still moving higher there. And then Airbnb, we're up now $622 on Airbnb. Look at Airbnb go, guys. New highs of the day on Airbnb, climbing off that 142.50 support. Let's take a look at the 3-month daily chart. That 1020 cross is coming up. We already had the MACD cross. We have the first green bars above the 0 line. I'm very optimistic on Airbnb continuing to climb.
Rejected and continues to recommend to shareholders that they reject a hostile takeover bid of $16.50 per share from Blizzard Infrastructure Partners. Pipeline IPL on the Toronto Exchange, India Pakalima.
Delta shares 48.21, up about 1.1% on Delta.
ISM manufacturing PMI 61.2, above the 60.9.
Square's starting its climb again. PayPal's starting its climb. Apple's back in the green now for the day.
Manufacturing PMI above estimate.
Victor said take a look at MRO, Marathon Oil. I just looked at that there. I told you guys last week that was the time to jump into those stocks. You know, record travel, this might be a pop and a drop type of situation. If you were wanting to do oil trades, I would have done that on Friday before the big travel, before the holiday. Right now, what's really moving are the transportation stocks. You guys see Delta having a nice climb. Let me see what Disney's doing here. I see Disney continuing to climb here. What's Disney at for the day? 180.55. And this stock was just at 167 a few days ago. She climbed about 13 points, over 13 points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trading days. 8 trading days, it climbed 13 points there. So I'm going to be looking at that 190 as a target here for the short term, probably by the end of June. And then going into July, we could possibly hit that 200 again as the theme parks continue to open. Disney is finally starting to lift some of the restrictions. You know, we actually went to Blizzard Beach, but they were at capacity for the day. But they said that that they're letting more and more in each week. So continue to watch that. Let's see, Airbnb's up almost $700 here for the day now. Let's see, Roman says ExxonMobil looks ripe to get in again. I wish we got into that on Friday when we were talking about that, but ExxonMobil looks good up to about 62.50. That might not be a bad setup there. I'd probably just pick up some regular calls on that, go with that July Expo on ExxonMobil. If you take a look at ExxonMobil, you can look at that July 16th monthly Expo. 60 strikes going for about 262 by 264.
Hearing Deal Reporter says iHeart Media, IHRT, may be in the crosshairs of John Malone's Liberty.
That's not looking like a bad setup. We could look at ExxonMobil later there. What's she at now? 60.51. Delta's at the highs of the day here, guys. Take a look at DAL. Delta 48.45, continuing that breakout. Apple's down about 6 cents for the day. Want to see that Delta break that $50, and that's where I'll probably lock in those profits.
OPEC Plus to hold next ministerial meeting on July.
CCL's at new highs of the day here, guys. We got a big breakout on CCL. Nearing 30.60 a share on CCL. Shares up over 3%, 3.25% on CCL. One sec, guys. Today is my daughter's last day of school, and they put us in charge of the pizza party, so I got to call them quick here. There goes CCL again.
US Express Enterprises, November 12.5 call sweep now, currently at $11.74.
Let's see, Victor, what'd you close for a 57% gain there?
Express, Uniform Sandy X-ray.
Guys, CCL's still breaking out nice. We got a $1,300 gain on our CCL July 1630 strike calls today. We're almost in the green on those. How you doing? Yeah, I need Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. The kids would have been crazy if they didn't get their pizza today.
GameStop shares getting a pop here now.
Let's see what's going on here now.
June 490 call sweep on GameStop. Golf Michael Echo.
GameStop. AMD up 2.55%. That's one we got to take a look at. AMD's was looking great before. American Airlines on the climb. This is one we were looking at last week for a possible trade on AMD. Let's take a look at that 6-month daily chart. This one's getting a big breakout momentum. 1020 cross, MACD's crossed. We got some resistance at that 82.50 that we're just at right at about now. We break through that, we could be looking at that 87.50 to 90 bucks. I like the setup, especially going into July. So let's take a look at something on AMD here. This is the main account that I'm in right now. I labeled it easily so you guys could see main account and then the trade challenge account. So main account here, we'll be looking at, let's see AMD going out to that July Expo. They're pretty darn cheap there too for that 85, 82.50. 80 strikes going for about $4.97. That's not too bad there either if we picked up that AMD 80 strike call. I think we're going to continue to see a nice climb on that. We finally got that momentum shift. As you guys could see, you know, she's been failing at that 50 for the longest time here. Got that little spike here when we had that big breakout in the market when that chip sector was taking off. Then we had a quick pullback there. So I like the setup on AMD. Let's see what it's looking like on a today 1-minute chart. If she climbs off this 50 here and holds that 50, breaks that 82, I'm probably going to look at something on the July 16th Expo for AMD. Either A, we could go with a vertical spread, or we could pick up some regular calls. What do you guys think would be better here? Would you guys like to see a regular call or a vertical spread? I know some of you don't have approval for spreads. We could. This is one of those charts that we could go with a regular call or an in-the-money vertical spread with. Obviously, in-the-money vertical spread is going to be a little less risky, but it's going to max our gains out there. Let's take a look. Buy to open, sell to open. Just put that there for now. July 16th, if we wanted to go with that. We could be looking at that 80, 82.50. It's going for $1.23, so we'll have over a 100% gain on that if she breaks that 82.50 from now to expiration date on July 16th. I like that setup on it going forward too. Doesn't look bad there. That's definitely one we could pick up here. We could pick up the vertical spread or we could pick up the regular calls. AMD 81. So this is what I'm going to do here with AMD. I'm going to make a trade on AMD if it breaks that 82. So if we take a look at that today 1-minute chart, she's pulling back a little bit here. So all I'm simply going to do is go up to alerts here, and I'm going to add AMD to the alerts. So that way when it does break that 82, that's where I want to enter that trade. So less than, I don't care about because I'm not in the trade yet. If she breaks that, let's say 82.30. She breaks that, that's going to be my entry. So this is nice. That'll give us that notification if she breaks that 82.30. So I could just set that, forget that, move on to that next trade there. PayPal Square pulled back a little bit here from the highs. Apple's pulling back a little bit, down about 39 cents on the day so far. Dow's up about 97 points. NASDAQ went from being in the green to down about 31 points. S&P's up about 2 points right now. So I'll just show you how those options. We were up, what, 4,800 at the highs of the day. Last picture I took up 3,000. Now we're up about 1,700 on the day there after that pullback. And that's normal with options. You just have to be able to mentally prepare yourself for that pullback or, you know, intraday volatility that you're seeing there. So up about 1,700 bucks on the day now. And again, that's still being fueled by CCL. And there's the CCL longs there. That 397, that's the Airbnb. And then down here, the ones we're down 600 on, that's PayPal and Square right now, after we were just up $600 on the day for those. Let's take a look at Square and PayPal. And remember, that's for that July Expo. So 3-month daily here, holding above that 1020 still. It was at the highs of the day here earlier, pulling back still from those highs. We're going to be targeting that 240 to 250 for that July expiration.
Says Fubo TV subscribers might notice something new this week when they tune into the service's South American World Cup.
There's Square today, 1 minute. And there's PayPal. Take a look at Q's. Q's, you guys can see, it's a general market pullback here. You know, it's just following the market. Q's had that pullback right from that 1010 candle. Pulled back a bit, starting to climb off those lows. Take a look at the Diamond ETF here. Diamond ETF, same thing. 1010 candle started pulling back here. And SPY. So it's not one sector. It's not a specific stock. It's a general market. And that's what's really important when you're watching that. Is it a general market pullback or is it an individual stock? Is there news out that is causing that pullback there? So no news is good news. CCL climbing off that 50, 30, 41 a share, still climbing, looking good. 3-month daily chart on CCL. I mean, that's a really good looking chart there. I want to see it break those highs from 4.7. Remember, 4.7, that's when we got into that trade. We finally, after just consolidating, coming down to that 25 support, just trading sideways here. That's all it was doing. Getting up to resistance, down to support. Up to resistance, down to support, up to resistance. It's breaking that resistance now, and now we're looking for that continued climb. So that's really important to remember when you're looking at any type of chart, stock that you're trading, because if we draw this up here, if we annotate this, you guys could see you had a clear, man, this mouse, it's probably because I have it sideways here though too. So that 25 is acting as support here, as you guys can see. And now we just now are breaking that resistance at that $30. So we're breaking that resistance now, and you guys could see it just traded sideways. Up to resistance, down to support. Up to resistance, down to support. Up to resistance, down to support. Up to resistance, and it's breaking out right now. So, you know, that's a sideways channel right there. That's why we weren't doing anything. I was talking about buying back that short leg down here when we had that big candle breaking out. Remember we got the news that they were setting sail again? That's when we should have bought back that short leg there. But we didn't. We're still in the green on that trade, still looking good. And, you know, you see the whiplash here. Let me get this out so I could take a picture. Back up over 2,100 now on the account for the day. So you're just going to see continued back and forth here. Up over 2,000 now on the day. There we go. Back up over 21 now. So it's normal to see those normal day swings here throughout the day. It's just looking at that daily chart and asking yourself, where's the support, where's those resistance levels, and where's our target profit area, where's our stops. So that's continuing to look good there.
Vice Chair Quarles says his view on inflation has not changed in the last few months.
Like that set up on CCL. We have 75 contracts on that call spread there. Let's see what that's looking like. It's going for about $1.75. If we wanted to do net credit for 1.75, we could see if we could get filled for that right now. That'd be about 13,000 net proceeds. Not filling yet. Got that order in. See if it's going to fill at that price there. There's that order right there. June 18th,
Structural Capital, June 11th,
2021, 30/27/50.
Charlie India Victor, also June 4th, $25 call.
Claudera is still right around that 15.90 that we were talking about before, not doing too much.
That's Charlie India Victor.
Looking for a day trade there, but not finding anything just yet. Let's see what else is moving. CCL 30.34. FedEx had the pop and drop today. Apple down about 20 cents now for the day, down about 0.18%. Delta still up about 1%. Disney 179.04.
With a statement on United States Supreme Court decision.
Watching that CCL, waiting for that to break out above that 30.50 again. You guys see anything moving? Any questions on anything? Let's see, you guys are talking about Marathon there. Marathon's looking pretty good, up about 11.5% here on the day. Let's see ExxonMobil. Victor closed MRO for a 57% gain. Nice job on that. ExxonMobil looks like an easy $62 to $64 target in my opinion, if you were going to trade that. But she's trading sideways right now.
Johnson & Johnson on U.S. Supreme Court decision says matters that were before the court related to legal procedure and not safety. Again, J&J responding to that Supreme Court decision not to hear their appeal, says matters that were before the court are related to legal procedure, not safety. That's J&J.
Let's see now. It's after 10, so let's change this from largest stock gainers to options. And let's see the most active options today. Usually they don't come out till about 10 o'clock here, so we'll see if that's up. It's 10:26. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for them to come up here. This is what I always like looking at, you know, after 10 o'clock. Options, most active options moving for today. If she comes up. Those of you watching us on YouTube, if you could kindly give us a like, share it on social media, we would really appreciate that. Just waiting for the options, most active options coming up here. Might not be coming up yet. Might have to wait until about 10:30, 10:45. Let's see, largest percent gainers here. That one should be coming up. Efren just shared the heat map here in the trade room. As you guys can see here, energy sector's taking off today. PBR, remember Petrobras there, we were talking about that. What is that up at today? You guys remember Embraer too, ERJ. That had a big move here in the pre-market hours, getting up to about 1430. Stocks at up 5.3% here on the day. Where's Bashan? I don't know if he still had this trade or if he closed it out. Any of you guys still holding Embraer? Petrobras, 1052 there. Take a look at Petrobras. What a climb. We were talking about $11 to $12 being that next target profit area if you were still in Petrobras. And she's having a nice breakout today, up over 3%. Orbital Energy Group's getting a nice pop here today. This stock's up almost 63% here. Obviously, the energy sector is outperforming the market here today. Basic materials as well here. If you take a look at BBL, RIO, Vail, BHP. Baba's having a big run. Remember, we've been talking about Baba and Baidu. They just had that MACD cross the other day, starting to get that climb. I like Baba and Baidu here. Baba's up about 2.71% on the day. Today, 1 minute chart, you know, up above that 10-20 day simple moving average now. I might look for something on Baba here going forward. I think that's going to continue to have a spike up to that 235 to 240 area over the next few weeks here. And remember, we were just up $2,000 for the day, back up 2,400, still creeping higher. That square trade's picking up nicely here for us. I like that Baba trade here, though, guys. I'm thinking about doing something with Baba. If we start to get a breakout, I think I'm going to enter into a Baba trade. I'm watching CCL here start to climb at 30.41 now, starting to get a nice little breakout there. CCL got a nice pop there, guys. We should be seeing that CCL trade execute here soon. What's going on, Mike Reed?
ENGLB Nanogenomics, November $7 callback with now.
Let's see. Bashan in the trade room said he's still holding that. He said he's still holding that Embraer. He's looking for it to hit $16 a share. Bashan, I'm with you on that. I think that's going to have a nice hit there at that $16. Guys, it just sold our CCL trade. Efren, our CCL trade just finally sold. Now, I'm holding on to the regular calls here, guys, but our CCL trade sold, and we are out of that. Let me log in here and see so I could show you guys what happened. Got a nice gain on that here today, guys. Let's take a look. Gains and losses. All right, so here is what we did for the month so far here. Let me just show you today's. We're up $7,887.32 for the past 30 days. And then here's what we did with our CCL trade. Here is CCL. This is what we closed out today. We closed out CCL, and we closed it out. Let me see what our execution price was. $1.75. We closed that out at $1.75 for a 30% gain. And remember, that was down quite a bit. So that trade is looking great. We have the CCL July 16 30 strike still open, guys. So that's what we did. We closed out CCL vertical spread, or 75 contracts. We closed that out for a nice gain. And that is a beauty.
World Health Organization approves emergency use listing for the Sinovac COVID-19 vaccine.
Okay, that's what we just closed out. While I'm there, let me just show you guys what we're up for the past 30 days here as well. And you guys could see now what happens with that breakout momentum cycle, how quickly those gains could add up here. Excuse me. So here is our total here for the past 30 days. From May 1st to June 1st, we're up a total of $7,887.32. Here's that Embraer. I had 1,000 shares of Embraer, got in at $12.64 a share, ended up closing it out for $13.17, $525 gain, but obviously that thing's over 14 bucks now. You know, that would have been a nice gain. That Ford trade was beautiful. We picked up those Ford calls, sold that for a quick $2,400. The FedEx trade, we picked up those May 21st, 295 calls, sold that for about a $2,200 gain. You guys see here, COP, ConocoPhillips. Remember that trade that we picked up? That came across our radar. Closed that out for a $3,100 gain. Our AMC calls, we closed that out for a $2,100 gain. And then that AMC vertical spread, we closed that out for about a $2,300 trade. $2,400 gain. And then down here, our ExxonMobil, we closed that out for a $2,359 profit. So this is what I like doing. You know, when you're going and you're closing out your trades, look at them. Notice which one are your winners, which ones are your losers. Right now, you're kind of seeing that sector rotation there. You know, back into the opening stocks, back into the, you know, energy stocks continuing to climb. So those are our big gains right now. So that's the ones we want to focus on for the next few weeks here as the economy continues to pick up and we continue to see gains there.
Sinovac, that's SVA and DVAX. Sinovac shares getting top here, $8.54.
Thank you, Tyler. So that's CCL, guys. Take a look at CCL now. It's continuing to break out there. Here's our CCL trade up above. Now, this is the regular call that we picked up that was down quite a bit, but we are picking up now. One more day like today, and we're going to be in the green on that. She's still continuing to climb. All right, so here's that CCL July 16th 30 strike call we picked up. We paid $2.85 for it. It's currently between $2.49, $2.54. Says it last traded at $2.50. So we're about 35 cents down on those contracts there. So not too bad. I'm looking for a further breakout here on CCL. And like I said, this is the July 16th Expo. So you have to ask yourself now, what's going to propel this higher, this CCL call? And if you guys know, they're going to be setting a voyage on that, what is it, Ephraim, that virtual voyage or whatever the heck they called it there. They're going to take a limited number of passengers and basically see if anyone gets COVID or if anyone dies from it. And if not, then the CDC is going to let them sail. That's the gist of it. So they want to do a practice test first before loading up the boats at full capacity again. So, you know, as long as... and there you go. There's Quantum. He said, I've been following the CCL trade in my paper account. It was up and down a little, not too much, but it was a vertical spread. And now Quantum, if you got into that vertical spread like when we did, nice profits on that now. We just closed that out for a nice gain. So that CCL July 16th, like I said, what's that catalyst to make that continue higher here? Where they're setting sail in, I think it was the end of this month, mid to end of this month here. So that's going to be that next catalyst that's going to push those shares of Carnival Cruise Line higher, and what we're waiting for that next big jump on CCL. And as long as she holds that $30 there, that's a nice looking stock for that continued breakout, especially if you're looking at that 3-month daily chart here. She's finally getting that big breakout. That next resistance is going to be at $40 a share. You got 40, then 50, and then 60. And then, you know, we could be looking at that 70. So basically, it's $10 increments here. You know, next major support's at $40. So if she breaks that 31, guys, you know, I'm probably going to add to that July 16th call on CCL there. Because we only paid $2.85 for it. And if she gets up to $40, obviously the difference between 30 and 40 is $10. If we paid $2.85 for it, $2.85 and 10... Let's see here. 10, divide that by 2.85. You'd be looking at about a 251% gain on those CCL calls. So that's what I'm looking for with that CCL call. There, FedEx. I'm watching Apple. Now, you see how Apple's back up 11 cents now? It was just down 50 cents before. You know, so you see normal intraday volatility on some of these stocks. You have to understand, some of them are going to get a lift, you know, especially when you're seeing the reopening stocks. Everyone right now, they want to make money. So obviously, they're focusing in on these reopening stocks. Once that dies down a little bit, then you'll start to see these tech stocks start to climb again. Now, Apple, like I said, it's up 10 cents now for the day. It was just down, 50 cents on the lows here at 123.95. It just climbed about $1 here from those lows. So, you know, you got some volatility there. And, you know, you could expect that going forward, especially going into the summertime months. Let's take a look. Airbnb. That one's just trading between consolidation right now on a today 1-minute chart. But if we change that to a 3-month daily, you can see that candle is holding above that 20-day simple moving average. We already got the MACD, the moving average convergence, divergence, crossover. We got the first green bars above the zero line on the histogram, and we're looking pretty good. We're waiting for that 10, 20-day simple moving average cross, and we could be looking for that 170 going forward here, maybe to the August-September Expo. But for short term, all I'm looking at is 150 to 160 for those Airbnb 140 calls for that June 18th Expo. We get up to that 150, we'll start to see a profit there. And the stock's up almost $3 today at the highs of the day. So, you know, another $3 move higher, we're at about 146. So, plenty of time on Airbnb. I like the looks of that. It's a good setup there. Our CCL trade for that July 16th, I love that. That's looking good. So you see how we're kind of rotating here between sectors and what's moving and what's not. Cloudera is still at that 1592, so that really flattened out there. Not going to be doing anything with that. AMC, you know, that was at $31 here on open, so that pulled back quite a bit here. You could see this on a today 1-minute chart. That's why we didn't chase it this morning. You know, would not do anything like that with AMC. CCL still on the climb nicely. That was a nice move there. Alrighty, guys on YouTube, I'm going to cut this short now on YouTube. If you guys want to come join us, you guys could go to breakingchartalerts.com. You guys could go down to join now. You guys could go to pricing membership plans, and you guys could pick whatever you'd like here. We have a special on the Elite Pro Trader. Promo code CHALLENGE saves you, what is it, 30% off there. And that's going to bring it down to $17.50 for the year. And guys, if you guys could let us know what you'd like our next class to be on for Tom here for this Friday, that would be great. So if you guys want to come join us, go to breakingchartalerts.com, join now, membership pricing plans. Once you guys sign up, you'll get a welcome email, and then you guys could join us in the live trade room. When you click on the live trade room, it's going to show you up top here. Here's the morning live. Here's the afternoon live session. And then any type of class we have, if you click on class sign up, we'll send you the email with the link for that. And you guys could participate in the live classes each week here if you guys click on class sign up. It's that simple, that easy. If you guys want to go to our trades, you guys could click on trade alerts here. Take a look at all of our trades that we've made, what we've done. Here's the recent one we just closed out here on AMC. The Ford one, 27% gain. You guys see how, the losing trades, we let those go because we continue to have time on them. When we get some nice gains, we're closing those out for a profit there. CCL still getting a nice climb here. Airbnb is getting a nice little pop. Square's climbing again. And then if you guys want to look at the Trade Challenge account, you guys could go here, click on Trade Challenge, and you guys will be able to see exactly what's going on here in the Trade Challenge. So 2 different accounts. If you guys want to check all the trades, you guys could go here. If you guys just want to follow the Trade Challenge account, you guys could click right here and click on Trade Challenge. And Ephraim, we definitely got to get that this corrected here. I think that's that cron trade there. We update the prices at the end there each day. So if you guys want to come join us, go to the live trade room. Once you guys join us, we'll be in there, and we will see you guys in the trade room. Take care, guys, and I hope everyone has a great day. Alrighty, catch you later, guys.